4:31 a.m. Alarm just went off. This is my marathon breakfast right here. Bagel with peanut butter and jelly and a banana. I'm walking to the starting line. It's cold and rainy. I got lost on the way here because of the road closures and I'm a little nervous. Let's go. It's raining like crazy. It's cold. So it'll be nice when it starts, so I won't be cold and nervous. This was the start of the race. It was super hype. They were playing really loud copyrighted music. The DJ was counting down and it was 3, 2, 1, let's go. And everybody was hype and it was so cool to run in a group of thousands of people. I can't even describe it. I've never run with people in my life. When I run, I go down the end of my block and I run up and down the street. So getting to run with all these people and experience it was amazing. What a sight. I just passed the 5K mark, which in the last 7 months, I've done 7 runs and 5K is the furthest I've gone. I'm about a minute ahead of my normal pace, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but just past 10K, which is the furthest I've ever run before. So we are in uncharted territory. And we got a minute and 30 seconds on our pace ahead. We're at 8:30 per kilometer. And I just gotta be under 10, so the struggle is real. About 13K, new PR. Haven't walked yet, still running. Just past the split. So the people doing the half marathon went left, full marathon went right. I just gotta stay focused on the moment. I'm fine right now. How will I feel in 2 more hours? I don't know. I just passed 15K. I have not stopped running. The pain in my feet is pretty bad. And now my legs are starting to get little twinges of cramp and then it'll go away. I'm 5K past the furthest I've ever run before. And I'm only 5K away from the halfway point for my half marathon. I'm on a street by a school. There's nobody in front of me and nobody behind me for a little ways. It's a little daunting. And I got 5K to go to the halfway point. Whew. I gotta ask myself, what would Goggins do? It's time to take some souls. You gotta dig deep. I just turned a corner and the sign said, rough road ahead. I'm like, no, please, let's keep this road flat and easy, no rough road. I hope it was a joke. Sometimes I'll be going and I'm struggling and I look and I realize I'm on an upwards slope. And then you're like, please, let me get over this slope so I can get to the downward side. My mind is starting to mess with me. My mind's starting to think of excuses of when I could start walking. One thought my mind had was, this is kind of trivial. It's not that important, but it's so important. But that survival instinct's kicking in, trying to tell me, just walk, it's fine. No, I'm not walking. I'm gonna try to go until I can't go, until I physically can't go anymore. No, I'm gonna finish. I'm almost halfway. All right. Finish strong. I've been waiting for this point for a long time. Mile marker 13 means I'm at the halfway point. It's not what I expected. One little sign under a bridge. I thought there'd be like a celebration at the halfway mark, but this is what I got. Check it out. That's it. Half marathon done without walking. Doubles my past personal record of what I've run without walking, but I'm hitting the wall as far as running. I'm starting to cramp in my legs. But if I say to myself, is the cramp so bad I can't keep going, then it's no, I can keep going. But I am thinking about walking. Once I cross this halfway mark, oh gosh. If my life depended on it, could I keep going? Hell yeah. So that's the battle I asked for. So I'm just gonna focus on this next kilometer. I'm gonna start walking. Oh, I had to do it. Whew. So I couldn't do it without walking. I did make the halfway mark, but right now my legs are locking up. Once I started walking, now they're cramping even worse. Oh crap. All right, I'm gonna walk a little bit. I failed my challenge, but I showed up. I ran over a half marathon. I ran for over 3.5 hours straight without stopping. I haven't seen any other runners for a little while, in front of me or behind me. See in front. But I see someone coming behind me now, and they're running. So good for them. I'm not in last place yet, but I'm about to get past to be in very last place. I probably could have pushed myself a little harder, but when I stopped running, it would have been a little worse. So it is what it is, you know? All we can do is show up and do our best. I still got like 10 miles to go. What the hell? A marathon is no joke. Just past mile 15, I am the last runner in the marathon. That is the tail vehicle behind me. This really nice lady just got out and told me I still have time to finish, but I gotta have a good crisp walk pace at least to finish by mile 15. Can I finish? I have a feeling when I come up here on mile 19 or 20, they're gonna cut it. It's all right, I did the best I could. I bet 2 months of actual effort in my preparation and I could have done it. My next challenge is gonna be something totally different. I bet if I would have just walked the whole thing, I'd have made it, I'd have finished. But that first half marathon of running the whole way overexerted my legs. I'm in the van. That's a bad sign. That means I didn't finish. But they said what happens in the van stays in the van. So.
Right? Yeah. You're finishing, bro. You're gonna finish.
Yeah, right?
You're gonna finish.
At the end of the race, me and this guy, Alberto, were walking together, and all of a sudden he took off running so he could beat me across the finish line. That was pretty dirty, Alberto. It was actually really cool that he did that, because that got me to run across the finish line and kind of take a moment to celebrate the completion of the most difficult physical endeavor I have ever taken on in my life. I finished, kind of. I'm on the 1.5 mile walk back to my car. I have not stopped walking since the finish line. It's gonna feel good to sit down in that car. Oh yes, what a freaking great sight. And now is the moment I've been waiting for. Oh, it's over. I kind of finished. If you add in the 1.5 miles I had to walk to my car, mile I had to walk to get to the starting line, I definitely walked over 26.2 miles today. I definitely ran for the whole half marathon. After I finished the half marathon, I went another kilometer and then I started walking. And I walked all the way up until mile 19 and a half. And at mile 19 and a half, I was 10 minutes behind the pace that you have to be in order to finish. And they got a van pull up, and me and this other guy were at that point, and they're like, you gotta hop in. They took us from mile 19 up to mile 21. And then we walked another mile or so. We ended up still being slow, and they took us up to what was like mile 24. We got to walk the last 2.2 miles. So I estimate I actually did about 23 miles of the marathon. That means I did not do about 3.2. I did it. I didn't wimp out. I didn't quit. I did it. And it is an accomplishment to say I ran an entire half marathon without walking, doubled my personal record for the longest I've ever run in my life. I wish I would have just done the half marathon, because I could have finished strong with a bunch of people like cheering you on and I noticed a bunch of people were walking around carrying pizza boxes, but by the time I crossed the finish line, they had already torn everything down. So I didn't get my pizza. I didn't get the tons of people celebrating. I mean, they did a good job. They put on, for what you pay to do this marathon, it was so freaking worth it. This medal's pretty cool. I've already decided on my walk back to the car, I'm going to get a plaque and I'm going to hang this medal on it, and I'm going to put underneath it, first marathon, DNF, and then I'm going to put the actual distance that I went before I got in the dang van and the time it took me. Because I do have to have an asterisk next to this because I did not actually finish the marathon. I rang the bell. I did not finish. I quit. But I don't feel diminished in any way by it. I feel like I showed up and I'm a better man for the attempt. And I'm proud of myself for what I did accomplish. But all right, that's a wrap.